What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. What you're seeing here is just workout footage, so it's a long video. There's a lot of workout footage. It is from day one of week number 2, where the intensity of the weights has actually increased slightly, but also the total workload and total volume for the week is also up quite a bit. And quickly, what I want to say is pretty much I filmed every single working set here, apart from the single arm rows. I only filmed one set when I did 5. So if you enjoy me filming every single set and putting it in, or if you think that you would rather only see maybe the first and the last so that the video's not as long, give me a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, as there's no point me putting together obviously really long videos. You only want really kind of half the length of the training footage, so kind of let me know, guys. And what I also want to quickly say before we kind of get into this video is 3 spaces I've currently just opened up for my online coaching if you're interested. So there's 3 spaces. They will be kind of once those 3 go, then that's pretty much it. So if you drop me an email at the email that's linked in the description, markmcqueencoaching at yahoo.co.uk, very, very reasonable prices. And yes, I'll be taking on 3 athletes, so if you could drop me an email, I'd love to work with you, and we can kind of get something started, or you could just drop me an email and you can inquire. But anyway, on to today's video. Now, it is really, really cool to see that I am working with £500. At £500 is the percentage that I'm working with, that lower percentage. I believe it's 77%. And it's really, really cool to see that it is moving for 4 sets of 5 on the second week of a volume block. And obviously I knew that it would move, and it would move well, but it's just the fact that £500 still in my head, it has always seemed like some form of a pretty kind of heavy workload, whereas now I'm kind of starting to realise that actually in relation to the 1 rep max I'm working off and in relation to the strength I have, it's no longer actually that heavy a weight. So it's pretty cool to see that, and it's also very, very encouraging to see that, because quite frankly there's nothing better than working with loads that were at one point seemed a really big deal, and you had to get really, really mentally invested and really hyped up to even just kind of unrack the bar. So it's really cool to see that. And actually one of the biggest things I'm noticing so far in all squats and deadlifts and even bench press, but not so much mostly squats and deadlift, is that actually the actual weight itself isn't the issue. The actual strength isn't the issue when performing these. It's my lungs really, really struggling to breathe, and it's my lungs that tend to let me down before my actual strength, which obviously goes to show that right now my conditioning isn't really kind of where it needs to be. It's obviously kind of decreased, which is obviously kind of expected and accounted for when going through a peaking phase and a taper and a deload and stuff like that. But that is also encouraging, and I'm hoping as the weeks go on, obviously my conditioning gets a little bit better, and I'm able to kind of not be as winded while keep increasing workload and whatnot. And then again, here you see me finishing with 2 heavier sets, so it was to be a 2x2, and again even 240 kilos at one point. It just, to me, seemed like a very, very heavy load, very heavy load. But the thing is, now it's like to be working with it at the percentage that it is, I mean, it's really not that big a deal anymore, which is really good to see. And again, really, really liking these kind of side angles and performing these lifts, as I really get to kind of see what's going on. One thing I'm really noting that is improving is my thoracic strength, my thoracic extensors, or in kind of layman's terms, my upper back is really, really starting to kind of look a lot stronger. If you kind of even go back to kind of maybe 6 weeks ago, my upper back really was quite a weak point, and it still is a weak point. However, it's definitely getting stronger, and with that getting stronger, it's definitely making my low bar squats look and feel and move a lot more efficiently, which is obviously very, very good, and is what you want to see. Next, moving on to my bench pressing. So basically what I had to do is I had to do 4 sets of 6 reps, so 4 sets, 6 reps on bench press, and then I had 5 sets of 7 reps on single arm rows. and then I was to go back to bench press, and I had 4 sets of 6 on close grip bench press with 110 kilograms or 242 pounds, and then I had some core work, and then that was it, which was really, really encouraging. And again, like I talked about in my last video, the increase in frequency just really gives me a lot of chance and a lot of times to keep practicing on my technique, and I really feel that I'm nailing it down. I'm also really, really finding the self lift out to be very good as well, and I definitely can see that in maybe 12 months time, maybe not at the Euros and maybe not at the Worlds, but possibly at the British next year, actually giving myself a self lift out in competition is something that I'm definitely going to be really, really considering and really kind of working towards. Two main reasons why is it's more consistent. You're not aware of what the handler or the lift off, the guy that's giving you a lift off, is going to give you. Obviously everyone could give you a slightly different one, and you wouldn't want to kind of be moved out of position or misgrooved because the lift off wasn't of what you kind of are used to. So it's more consistent, so you could have a more consistent setup. And number two, obviously you could get a quicker start command, because if the head judge has to wait for the handler or the lift off guy to get out of the way, then that's an extra however many seconds you have to hold it, so you get a quicker lift out, you get a quicker start command as well. So that'd be the two main reasons why. Again, going to really keep working on it, but I feel that kind of once I get under maximal loads, I'll still want a lift off, to be honest. However, it's something that we can deal with closer time and make that decision. For now, everything's good. I'm going to give myself a self lift out where I'm training with someone or not. And here you see me finishing off with some close grip press, and I didn't film any of the core work. As quite frankly, it would have made the video too long. It's not that exciting to see. It's not very interesting. And again, these close grip were even feeling much, much better as well. Still, today I'm voicing this over on Tuesday, so this will be up on Wednesday. And even now, my anterior delts and my kind of my chest are still feeling it a little bit from just all this pressing workload, but it's a great feeling. I really like it, and it's definitely not affecting my performance in the pressing. It's just a case of me adapting to the workload, like I spoke about in my last video, about how we're not all special, unique little snowflakes, and that our body will adapt to whatever you ask it to do eventually, and that will, once it adapts, obviously the more volume, the more frequency, and the more you do something, the better you're going to be at it, full stop, as long as you are able to recover from it. And that is obviously called fatigue management. So as long as you're sleeping enough, eating enough, hydrated enough, getting laid enough. So this has come to the end of the video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, comment and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I hopefully will be speaking to every single one of you guys next time.